Hey guys, what's up? Coach Jay from Sweaty Academy, back at it with another video. I don't really know whether to call this a RAG video or like, I don't know what to call this, so I'm just gonna, just say it for what it is. So tier lists are pretty popular on YouTube. The trend has kind of faded away. This doesn't have anything to do with sports, and this isn't even a game, so I'm not gonna put this in a RAG. But I really wanted to do this just because I just finished watching The Office. I just finished season 9 after watching it all semester and everything. So I really wanted to do this. Sorry if the audio is bad, just because I don't have a microphone for what's called my MacBook. So yeah, we're gonna do an Office character tier list. Yeah, tier lists are pretty popular. I kind of wanted to wait until the trend was kind of over with. I don't want to make it seem like I was just hopping on the trend, because I think it's a really good idea. I use like the tier list, like S tier and stuff like that, like in casual conversations. So I really like the idea of tier lists, and I really wanted to do this one. I might do another one in the future if you guys like this. But yeah, let's get started with, you know what? Yeah, okay, we'll start off with the man himself, Michael Scott. I mean, I don't think okay. First, this is based off how much I like the characters. Okay, I don't think there's anybody that would not put him in S tier. Like, come on, it's Michael Scott. Like, we're talking about like just like this is the grown man child here. I don't even know where to start, because Michael is the show. The show really goes downhill after he leaves and everything, and that's the main reason I didn't even want to watch The Office after he left in the middle of season 7. So yeah, Michael is he's hilarious. I mean. I don't really know what to say. We'll move on to Oscar Martinez. Oscar can go in B tier. He's a really likable character. They give him a lot more screen time after Michael left, because they needed to just fill a space. And this whole arc with the senator and stuff like that was hilarious, and then his interactions with Angela. But Oscar was always a really funny character to me, especially when the gay witch hunt episode. That episode was just hilarious. And it's like Oscar's one of those characters where his jokes, he might not be like a funny character by himself, but the situations he gets put in, and the scenes he's in, really elevate how much I like his character. And you can say the same thing next for David Wallace. I think he's the most normal guy, I think, in the show, because Oscar used to be like that type of normal guy, but he just they kind of made him a little bit more, yeah. A little bit more cartoonish and everything with his actions. But David Wallace is the most normal guy. I mean, he's the most patient person of all time, having to deal with Michael and everything, and they having to deal with Andy. And yeah, David Wallace is cool. It was cool seeing him get a whole bunch of money after he got fired from Dunder Mifflin. So yeah. Next up is Gabe Lewis. I never really cared for Gabe Lewis, but I don't really dislike him. He's kind of funny sometimes, but that's only when it's paired with another character. Him by himself isn't really all that funny. He's kind of annoying sometimes, but I don't really dislike him, so I'll put him in C tier. C tier is average, by the way. Even though I know it's on the bottom, it's really just average. Like, I'm really kind of indifferent towards the character. And next we have, I think might be my favorite character in the show, Jim Halpert. Yeah, I mean, he's Jim. Jim is another core part of the show. I couldn't imagine what the show would be like without him. But he's kind of like the thing that grounds the Office and everything. That kind of gives it some sense of normalcy, and he's kind of like the every guy type of thing. But yeah, no, Jim is a great guy. He's a cool person. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Next up, we have Kevin Malone. I didn't like Kevin Malone that much at first until he got more screen time after Michael left. I'm definitely gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in the B tier. I wouldn't put him in A tier, just because I'm talking about like overall as far as the show goes. I didn't like Kevin as much in the first couple seasons and everything. He was kind of annoying sometimes. He was funny sometimes, but he was kind of annoying. But he got hilarious after Michael left and everything. And then season 6 and upwards, I think. I know Michael left season 7, but that's when I really started to like Kevin a little bit more. And next we have Joe Bennett. I mean, just whatever. I mean, Joe Bennett was only there for a couple episodes, and she's the CEO, she has dogs. Yeah, I don't know. Next up we have Phyllis. This is another character that I really didn't like at first, but they gave her more screen time and made that made me like her a little bit more. I'm gonna put her in B tier. B tier is kind of filling up and stuff like that. But yeah, same thing with Kevin, but a little bit more. Phyllis was like really whiny to me. in the first couple seasons, especially when Michael came back after the Michael Scott Paper Company and everything. Like, she was just really just whiny, and it was really unlikable to me. I don't know. I don't know what made me not like her that much, but yeah, she definitely got way more likable as the series went on and everything, and her relationship with Aaron was cool. Yeah, she got to be all right. Oh my gosh, I was hoping I would get another like someone on a positive note, but Nelly can go and see, and this is only because like if they had made her character the way she was after she got hired by Andy, then she would definitely go in B tier or A tier, you know, because she's really, you know, she's pretty funny after that. But I hated Nelly. Hate is a very strong word. I hated Nelly when she was the manager and she took Andy's job and everything. Like, I was okay with her in Tallahassee or whatever. Like, I was just like, you know, whatever. I was pretty indifferent, C territory. But then it went down to it. I'm pretty sure I can make an F tier. I might make an F tier just because of how much I hated Nelly when she took Andy's job. Yeah, she was just really, I cannot stand Nelly. But you know, she redeemed herself. She redeemed herself after this. And yeah. Next up is Charles Minor. Charles Minor is, you know, he's average. He had some funny situations, you know, just interactions with Michael Scott. But like I said, that was because of Michael Scott. So, you know, he's whatever, you know, series guy. Clark, I don't know how to feel about Clark because he's just kind of, I don't really mess with Clark like that. Like, he's whatever. I mean, his interactions with Dwight are cool, I guess, but I don't know. He's just not really that likable in person to me. He's not funny and he's not really likable. He gets paired up with, you know, likable characters like Dwight, like I said, but he's not likable by himself. And you know, when he was talking to Aaron, trying to get her to come over and everything, you know, just doing creepy stuff, you know, yeah. Next up, we're gonna go on a positive note. We have Mose. This, like I said, this is based on how much I like the character. Mose goes in A tier. I don't think there's a scene from Mose where I wasn't like dying laughing or completely entertained, because Mose is hilarious. Like, I mean, like, you have one of my favorite scenes is when he was the valet. I'm the valet, you have to give me your car. And he's just like basically robbing Toby off his car and everything. It's hilarious. And then when he's, you know, in the interview process, I don't know. Moses, there's no part of Mose that's not funny. Yo. It's just hilarious. Hank goes in D tier because, I mean, he's just, you know, whatever. He's not really, doesn't really do anything. Todd Packer. Todd Packer is just based on how much I enjoy his scenes that he's in. I'm gonna put him in B tier because, yeah, he's an a-hole, but like, it's funny to see all the I'm sorry. It's funny to see all the other characters react to him and everything. He's just, I don't know. The thing about this actor though, he always plays the same type of character like Todd Packer, just an unlikable guy. But it's a side note. Next up is Stanley Hudson. I'm gonna put Stanley, main man Stan, at, I'm gonna put him at C. You know, I'm gonna put him at C just because Stanley has some funny moments with people, but he's like, sometimes he can be really mean, and like, you know, he'll like diss some of my, you know, favorite characters like Dwight, or especially with Michael, when he disrespected Michael and everything. Like, sometimes when he gets upset, it's funny, like with Ryan and everything, but he can be really just this cranky guy. And then, you know, he kind of redeemed himself down to Tallahassee. He's kind of cool and everything. It's kind of funny. But I don't know. I don't like Stanley that much. He's not really that likable person. He's really angry and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, you know, Stanley's all right. Next up, we have Holly Flax. Holly Flax goes in A tier. I mean, the only person that can match Michael's energy and then some. Yeah, Holly Flax is a great character. She's a really grounded version of Michael, but still really, you know, goofy and stuff like that, just like Michael. And I was really happy to see Michael find his match with someone like Holly. Holly doesn't have like a whole bunch of standout moments herself, but this relationship with Michael and just who she is as a person is pretty cool. So I put her in A tier. Next up, S tier, Pam Beesly. I mean, I don't think this needs any explaining. It's Pam's growth as a character, and Pam was always likable. Pam's growth as a character from just this really shy and kind of reserved type of person into, you know, just a, you know, independent, grown personality. You know, it's just like, I don't know, just seeing her grow as a person is really cool and stuff like that. And Pam, you know, just the nicest person on the show. So yeah, and then having to put up with Michael for so many years, and one of the most patient people as well. Yeah. Next up is Daryl. There's not a lot of episodes where I could say like he wasn't funny, and even the episodes where he wasn't like, you know, hilarious or doing something really, really funny, he was still like amusing. He was still entertaining. Like Daryl was a great character with interactions with Michael, you know, just Daryl, you know. But yeah, no, he's on when he was giving the tutorial on the Baylor or whatever, and Michael they were just going back and forth. It was hilarious. Roy goes and yeah, whatever. I mean, you know, I'm kind of indifferent towards him, so I'll put him in C tier. Dwight, S tier. Dwight, oh my gosh, he was hilarious from the jump. He was one of the characters they got right. He was like one of the few things they got right in season 1. Season 1 is my least favorite season, but he's one of the few things they got right in season 1. And just from that point forward, we see him grow as a person and just become a better person and a way more likable person. He was always likable, but like it's different. Becomes better with people. He gets the manager job, you know. But he's still Dwight. So his Dwight shenanigans are hilarious. And that turned up to 11 when Michael leaves. So that was cool. The only time I didn't really like Dwight that much was when he was dissing Michael. But, you know, I guess it's understandable. Next up is Angela. Angela's scenes are pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. I'll put her in B tier. Just because I like seeing her character in the scenes. She's pretty funny. Just because of how strict she is. And it's like how hypocritical she is. It's hilarious. And then the whole arc with the senator and stuff like that. That whole thing was funny. So next up is Aaron. Aaron, for some reason I've met a couple people who don't like Aaron. I don't understand why you don't like Aaron. Aaron is, you know, she's cool. I'll put her a B tier. Aaron's funny. She's just, you know, just a bubbly person, you know. It's just, yeah. Next up, Bob Vance Refrigeration. As funny as those scenes are, I'm kind of indifferent to him. He's not really that funny. Just the interaction's pretty funny, you know. Yeah. Same thing with Karen Filippelli. Karen was just kind of, you know, whatever, you know. Just the love interest for Jim. And next up, we got the man Pete. I like Pete a lot. Pete is the nice guy. He's just a cool guy, you know. I like when they call him Jim Jr. or Jim number 2. I can't remember. Because he is kind of like Jim in the way that they're both really just nice guys, you know, just really just good guys. So, yeah, I liked his relationship with Aaron more than I liked his relationship with Andy. And he was, you know, he's a good guy. So, next up is Robert California. Robert might go in S tier just because of how hilarious he is. Because he makes everyone else around him so uncomfortable. I'm not gonna give S tier just to anybody. I'll put him at A tier. He's definitely hilarious. He's talking about life is sex. No, he makes everybody uncomfortable around him, and then when he invited people over his house and just let it hang, that was hilarious. So, yeah. Next up is Kelly Kapoor. Kelly Kapoor is kind of like another bubbly person, but kind of a different type, kind of like the basic white girl type thing. But yeah, you know, Kelly's alright. Next up, Ryan Howard. I'm gonna put Ryan. I'm thinking about between B tier and A tier. Is there any way I can put it in, like, I'll put him at the top of B tier. Because these aren't really in any order, but just this one is. I'll put Ryan at the top of B tier, borderline A tier. Ryan, I really like his character a lot. Just his scenes are hilarious, and just, I don't know. I think he's supposed to represent millennial culture in general, and so he's just, you know, he's just he's a crazy guy. So, you know, it's funny. Next up, how did I forget her name? I know her obviously, but it's like, oh wait, I'm looking it up right now. Meredith. Yeah, how did I forget Meredith? That's crazy. Meredith has some funny scenes. Meredith, you know, she's supposed to be the trashy person. Yeah, Meredith is Meredith, you know, speaks for herself. She's a pretty funny person. Creed goes in S tier. That's not even any question. Creed is hilarious. And I think the fact that they use him so sparingly and that they pick and choose when they let him have his moments are hilarious. His moments are always hilarious. Like, I don't think there's any moment in the show where he hasn't been hilarious. I mean, just the Halloween parties, I didn't know people dressed up. I didn't either. And then when he became manager, it's just, Creed is absolutely hilarious. And there's no scene where he hasn't stole the show with just maybe one sentence. Yeah, next up is Jan Levinson. I would put her in B just because I like her character sometimes with some of the things, but the way she treated Michael was definitely brings her down to C tier. Jan has some funny moments just because of how much she'll just melt down and everything and then be in denial about it. But, you know, it affects Michael Scott negatively, so I have to put Jan at C. Next up is Andy Menard. I'm really upset at what The Office did to Andy, like with as far as writing his character, because it was so out of character how much he became just an asshole at the end of the series. It's like you saw this growth from where he was when he first started off, from being this unlikable guy with anger issues to this really like sweet guy, like, you know, his underdog. That's why Robert California hired him in the first place. He was just really just an underdog, and yeah, to make him just a complete b-hole and stuff like that. Really, I think this did bring down his character, but I still like Andy even at the end, you know, with all the a-holy stuff. But yeah, no, Andy, I'll put him at B tier. Next up is Toby Flenderson, S tier. The reason I pointed, I don't know if you saw the mouse earlier when I first started, some of the characters are funnier because of the situations they're put in, and I'm gonna put Toby right next to Michael because of how funny the scenarios that these two run into. Because one of my favorite things about the show, I think top 3, is Michael's hatred for Toby, and then everybody's gradual hatred towards Toby. At first it was just Michael, but then everybody just dislikes Toby, and then the whole thing with the Scranton Strangler is just hilarious. All of Toby's scenes has been hilarious because he's just a pathetic guy. He's just trying to, it's like, come on, like that's just his constant state of emotion. It's like, come on, guys. But yeah, Toby is absolutely hilarious, and all the scenes he's put in are just hilarious. I wish they used him a little bit more, actually. I wish we got to know him more as a character and know more of his backstory. But yeah, I don't remember I think it's Michelangelo or D'Angelo. He was alright, you know, he's kind of funny. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the tier list. I know this kind of ran a little bit, but yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed the tier list because this was really fun for me to make, just to reminisce over the show and everything. I'm definitely gonna rewatch a lot of episodes today, just because thinking about all these characters. But I think I have a good pecking order right here. I think a lot of people would agree with this list. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. If you want more tier lists, then, you know, comment, like it, view it, tell your friends, and yeah, peace out, stay sweaty.